Daily Words of God. Independence, the third juncture. After a person has passed through childhood and adolescence, and gradually and inevitably reaches maturity, the next step is for them to completely bid farewell to their youth, say goodbye to their parents, and face the road ahead as an independent adult. At this point, they must confront all the people, events, and things that an adult must face. Confront all the links in the chain of their fate. This is the third juncture that a person must pass through. 1. After becoming independent, a person begins to experience the sovereignty of the Creator. If a person's birth and growing up are the preparatory period for one's journey in life, laying the cornerstone of a person's fate, then one's independence is the opening soliloquy to one's fate in life. If a person's birth and growing up are wealth they have amassed for their fate in life, then a person's independence is when they begin spending or adding to that wealth. When one leaves one's parents and becomes independent, the social conditions one faces and the kind of work and career available to one are both decreed by fate and have nothing to do with one's parents. Some people choose a good major in college and end up finding a satisfactory job after graduation, making a triumphant first stride in the journey of their lives. Some people learn and master many different skills and yet never find a job that suits them or find their position, much less have a career. At the outset of their life journey, they find themselves thwarted at every turn, beset by troubles, their prospects dismal and their lives uncertain. Some people apply themselves diligently to their studies, yet narrowly miss all their chances to receive a higher education and seem fated never to achieve success, their very first aspiration in the journey of their lives dissolving into thin air. Not knowing whether the road ahead is smooth or rocky, they feel for the first time how full of variables human destiny is, and so regard life with hope and dread. Some people, despite not being very well educated, write books and achieve a measure of fame. Some, though almost totally illiterate, make money in business and are thereby able to support themselves. What occupation one chooses, how one makes a living, do people have any control over whether they make a good choice or a bad choice? Do they accord with their desires and decisions? Most people wish they could work less and earn more, not to toil in the sun and rain, dress well, glow and shine everywhere, tower above others, and bring honor to their ancestors. People's desires are so perfect, but when people take their first steps in the journey of their lives, they gradually come to realize how imperfect human destiny is, and for the first time, they truly grasp the fact that, though one can make bold plans for one's future, though one may harbor audacious fantasies, no one has the ability or the power to realize his or her own dreams. No one is in a position to control his or her own future. There will always be some distance between one's dreams and the realities that one must confront. Things are never as one would like them to be, and faced with such realities, people can never achieve satisfaction or contentment. Some people will even go to any length imaginable, will put forth great efforts and make great sacrifices for the sake of their livelihoods and future, in attempt to change their own fate. But in the end, even if they can realize their dreams and desires by means of their own hard work, they can never change their fates, and no matter how doggedly they try, they can never exceed what destiny has allotted them. Regardless of differences in ability, IQ, and willpower, people are all equal before fate, which makes no distinction between the great and the small, the high and the low, the exalted and the mean. What occupation one pursues, what one does for a living, and how much wealth one amasses in life are not decided by one's parents, one's talents, one's efforts, or one's ambitions, but are predetermined by the Creator. 2. Leaving one's parents and beginning in earnest to play one's role in the theater of life. When one reaches maturity, one is able to leave one's parents and strike out on one's own, and it is at this point that one truly begins to play one's own role, that one's mission in life ceases to be foggy and gradually becomes clear. Nominally, one still stays closely tied to one's parents, but because one's mission and the role one plays in life have nothing to do with one's mother and father, in actuality, this intimate tie slowly breaks down as a person gradually becomes independent. From a biological perspective, people still cannot help being dependent upon parents in subconscious ways. But objectively speaking, once they are grown, they have entirely separate lives from their parents and will perform the roles they assume independently. Besides birth and child-rearing, the parent's responsibility in a child's life is simply to provide him or her with a formal environment to grow up in, for nothing except the predestination of the Creator has a bearing on a person's fate. No one can control what kind of future a person will have. It is predetermined long in advance, and not even one's parents can change one's fate. As far as fate is concerned, everyone is independent, and everyone has his or her own fate. So no one's parents can stave off one's fate in life or exert the slightest influence on the role one plays in life. It could be said that the family into which one is destined to be born and the environment in which one grows up are nothing more than the preconditions for fulfilling one's mission in life. They do not in any way determine a person's fate in life or the kind of destiny amidst which a person fulfills his or her mission. And so no one's parents can assist one in accomplishing one's mission in life. No one's relatives can help one assume one's role in life. How one accomplishes one's mission, and in what kind of living environment one performs one's role, are entirely determined by one's fate in life. In other words, no other objective conditions can influence the mission of a person, which is predestined by the Creator. All people become mature in their own particular growing up environments, then, gradually, step by step, set off down their own roads in life, fulfill the destinies planned for them by the Creator, naturally, involuntarily entering the vast sea of humanity and assuming their own posts in life, where they begin to fulfill their responsibilities as created beings for the sake of the Creator's predestination, for the sake of His sovereignty.